What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, known as the man who doesn't sleep. In fact, I used to sign things, and the thing I put on before I signed it, before my name, was "Don't sleep." I was known for my lack of sleep. In fact, what CEO wouldn't want to be known for that? You know, they have this thing called the 5 a.m. Club. There's books on it. These guys wake up at 5 a.m., right? No matter how much sleep they get, they wake up at 5 a.m. Take a bite of this delicious, post-workout, by the way. This mint cookies and cream MTS whey, frozen banana in it, outright bar crumbled on top, whipped cream. Delicious. Anyway, I gotta eat, man. So check it out. I used to not sleep. I used to get tired throughout the day, cranky, moody, and I got sick. You know, twice in my life I've been hospitalized with exhaustion. And I believe that is sometimes necessary for success. When you're coming up, for example, when I put myself through college, man, you know, I used to get up, butt crack of dawn, 3 a.m., get to the gym, train people, train my 5 a.m. clients after getting my own stuff in, take a break, go to classes, come back and work. I'd get 3-4 hours of sleep a night. Next thing you know, I'm in the emergency room. I'm not talking that kind of extreme case, guys. I'm talking about people simply trying to be like Steve Cook. For example, it's an article in the New York Times. This is from June 5th, I believe. He rose before 4 a.m. every day. President Trump, in his 2004 book, wrote that he only needs 4 hours of sleep a night. David Cush, the former Virgin America CEO, says he wakes up at 4:15. Jennifer Aniston wakes up at around 4:30 to meditate. That's great. Bottom line is, what happens? What happens when you get less than 8 hours of sleep? I think, on the average, you know, Americans sleep less than 7 hours a night. That's less than what they recommend. So what happens when you don't sleep? Tons of deleterious stuff. Reaction time is decreased. Mental cognition is decreased. You just do things less efficiently. I will argue that that extra hour of sleep will lead to 2 more hours of productivity. It's not how much time you put into something, it's how much you get out of the time you put into it. You know what I mean? So if you put all your effort into an hour of work or just string it out and do half-assed effort for 3 hours, you're gonna get much, much, much better results. Now we're learning more and more about sleep, you know? We're learning more and more about it, but let me just go over this. Now this article is actually quite profound. In a 2003 study, research at University of Pennsylvania and Harvard Medical School found that reaction times and performance on cognitive tasks plummeted for those getting 4 hours of sleep and those getting 6 hours of sleep. In the study, 48 healthy adults, 21 to 36, had their sleep chronically restricted. Those who slept less than 6 hours a night produced cognitive performance deficits equivalent up to 2 nights of total sleep deprivation. In 1999, research at the University of Chicago monitored a group who slept over 4 hours a night, a common amount for those who wake up very early, for 6 days in a row. That group quickly developed higher levels of stress hormone cortisol, higher blood pressure, and produced half the amount of antibodies to a flu vaccine. So here's the deal. If you're someone who, like me, wants to get the best out of their work environment, also best out of the gym, your cortisol's through the roof. Good luck losing fat. And also your metabolism's gonna drop, and it gets even better. It gets even better. The lack of sleep you get, the less sleep you get, the more your ghrelin and leptin are affected in a negative way. Ghrelin is the hunger hormone, as well as leptin. So you take both of those hormones, and you just set yourself up for absolute failure. I believe it was Stan Efferding, author of The Vertical Diet, who said, basically, losing an hour of sleep that you need to get your cardio done is the equivalent of stepping over $100 bills to pick up $1 or something like that. And he is absolutely correct. So if you sleep for 8 hours, no matter when you sleep, it's fine. Now they say your circadian rhythm, this and that, I don't care. Just get your 8 hours of sleep, whatever your work dictates. You know what, like this article goes into, you know, circadian rhythms and waking up at certain times. Look, dude, if you work the swing shift, you're fucked. Just get your 8 hours of sleep. But what if you think you're only wired to get less sleep? Well, actually, according to this article, Dr. Midali, there are a handful of people who can function adequately on a shorter sleep duration than the average person, but it's very, very rare. Missing even 2 hours here or an hour there, and then having a wildly different sleep pattern over the weekend is the gateway drug to chronic sleep deprivation. Fatigue, irritability, and overall mental confusion are the dangers and symptoms of such deprivation. So bottom line is, stop listening to these morons. Stop listening to this whole if you don't wake up before 5 a.m., you're going to fail. Yeah, a lot of successful people do it, but you know what? A lot of successful people I know get 8 hours of sleep a night, me being one of them. Now, I will state as a caveat, I don't know if I would have got to where I'm at if I would have gotten 8 hours of sleep a night. 90% of my career, from the age of 19 to last year, 37 years old, most of this year, for about all of my adult life, I have gotten between 3 and 6 hours of sleep a night. I've, in that time, become a professional bodybuilder, started and sold a company worth millions of dollars. I've started another company, been successful at it. I've been an amateur boxer. I've done a lot of cool shit. Could I have done that with less time in the day? Because at the end of the day, I was getting up at 4 a.m., sometimes 3:30 instead of 6. I was getting an extra 2 to 2.5 hours of work. 7 days a week, that's 15 hours of extra work. More than 15 hours of extra work. Think about it. I don't know. But most of you don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. You're going to perform better and you're going to, function better. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to get sick less often if you get adequate sleep. Now, the caveat is I have no personal life. All of my time that I didn't sleep was spent right here in the office, right? Or spent in the gym, or spent with my kids or my wife. I wasn't up playing fucking Fortnite, right? I was using it to advance myself. So if you're missing out on sleep so you could play fucking Call of Duty, that's a stupid thing to do. If you have to get up early to catch a flight twice a week, you're fucked. It is what it is. If you're on a set schedule and that happens, it is what it is. You deal with it. It's called being human. Your body's great. It adapts. But long-term chronic sleep deprivation will affect you in a more negative way than basically anything you could do except for drinking and heroin. It's fucking terrible. Bottom line is, if you can afford the time to sleep, which 99.9% of you can, do it. Did I get to where I'm at by sleeping 8 hours a night? Absolutely not. I'm not saying I did. If I could do it all over again, I would. But I spent that time working. And I see a lot of people wasting fucking time. Social media is a time killer. I'm on social media as part of my business. I'm responding to comments. I'm creating topics. I'm engaging people. And I'm sitting here showing you guys that you can eat MTS Nutrition Whey while doing a video helping people reach their goals. It's called multitasking. So this video does have a purpose. See, I got products in here. This isn't wasting time. But if you're watching a YouTube video that's not educational on the best bum fight knockouts of 1997, yeah, the bum fights were fucking epic. Katie, did you really just say bum fights are epic? Did you ever watch those?
No.
No. She's being a fucking troll. That's not a good use of time. Bottom line is, if you have to do without sleep, it is what it is. But if by all means, you cut some shit out of your day, like Fortnite, or fucking Call of Duty, whatever the fuck you kids do, you know what? Do it. Get your sleep, and you'll perform better. I guarantee it. And that's not a game.